Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Monday SITREP. Welcome to all you diplomats of defense and ambassadors of arms. I'm your host, CB Harris. On today's episode, we're going to talk about, a new bill hopefully going into law in Georgia, as well as some things that may be kind of a little confusing coming out of the United States Army. It's just a little bit strange, if you ask me. Later on the Life or Death Files, we're going to talk about a woman in Kentucky who uses her handgun to protect herself. And then finally on What's New, a new AR-15. Now, I know that it's hard to find something new when it comes to AR-15s, but I think this one might just surprise you. Georgia House Bill 859. This is a bill. It started in the House, and it passed the House. It is passed the Senate. It is sitting on the governor's desk waiting to be signed. Now, it will go into law if he obviously signs it, as well as if he sits on it for 40 days and doesn't veto it. This is another great step for gun rights, if you ask me. This is allowing concealed carry on college campuses. There are a few states that are allowing this. There's actually more and more every year, and I'm really excited about that because really, college campuses tend to be a big place for mass shootings. And, we always think, oh, well, all we got to do is we have to protect our kids. And I understand that a lot of people, they have good intent by saying that, we don't want guns on campuses, but it really isn't working. Okay, having those as gun-free zones isn't working. Obviously, criminals don't abide by those rules. So to say it's a gun-free zone, it's only gun-free for those people who are abiding by the law. And this is actually just going to level the playing field. This actually gives people a fighting chance. So I'm pretty excited about it. I hope more states will jump in and do a similar step. So, What is it that I'm talking about with the United States Army that is kind of a little strange? Okay, the United States Army, there's a couple of products they're coming out with that they're doing some research on. They're researching, developing, and I'm a little bit confused because maybe I'm a time traveler secretly and I just didn't realize it, but transition eyewear. Yeah, they're researching transition eyewear. Who knew, right? I mean, they've only been out for like 30 or 40 years now, but they're finally starting to look at it for, wow, we can have sunglasses in the day and we can have clear glasses at night for safety glasses. Wow, that's a crazy thought, isn't it? Their second one, they're calling this a dry solid lubricant, and it's in the manufacturing process of the bolts of M4s. It would be a ultra slick material that doesn't require much lubrication at all. Wow, again, this is something that's been out in the civilian market for a while now, and I just don't understand, I guess, how these are new products, I guess, how you have to do research and development on these. Now, I guess you do need to research and make sure, do your own testing, make sure it meets certain standards, mil-spec type standards, but it still is very surprising to me that this is the way the Army is going. This is supposedly a new and exciting future. I am glad that they're finally doing it, but it just seems to me that they could have done it quite a while ago, and for them to just get around to it seems a little bit slow, if you ask me. Okay, so next on the Life or Death Files, we're going to talk about a woman from Louisville, Kentucky, who used her handgun to protect herself from an attacker. So in January, in Louisville, Kentucky, a woman, she felt like she was being followed. She was in an establishment. She was doing some shopping and things, and she felt like somebody was stalking her a little bit. She gets onto the elevator, and this person who had been following her gets on the elevator with her. I can't even imagine the fear that was going through her mind at that time. If you look at the video, yes, she had the opportunity. She probably could have jumped off the elevator before the doors closed, but I really don't want to second guess her because I wasn't in that situation. Obviously, she was feeling quite afraid, and maybe she wasn't thinking things through. It's easy for us to look back on something and say where they could have done things differently. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because if it's something that we can learn from, then it's definitely a good thing. So anyway, this person, he followed her to her vehicle. She got in. He basically forced his way in as well, and put his hand over her mouth, pulled out a knife, and basically demanded money. And there was a struggle. She shot him in the neck. He later, I guess he ran off, and somebody called 911 when they saw a bloody guy. He lived. It's quite an interesting photo of him with his tracheotomy in the courtroom. Well deserved, I guess. He has that badge for the rest of his life, I hope. And she was also injured, but she's recovering. He's being charged with actually attempted murder and kidnapping, as well as a bunch of other charges. But this turned out well, and she is going to be just fine.
So, what's new?
So, Wyndham Weaponry has a new system out. They're calling this the Multi-Caliber AR Rifle, the MCS, I guess you could call it. And I'm pretty excited about this. It's already out now. I haven't physically seen one. All I've seen is articles and things like that on them. I really am hoping to find someplace that has one. I really want to get a good look at it. What it is it allows change out of the upper receiver, which a lot of really any AR-15 does, as long as you stay within the certain size parameters of your magazine well. This takes it to a new level, and you can change out the magazine well, particularly for 7.62x39. The 7.62x39, while it is lengthwise compatible with an AR-15, is just not. The tapered cartridge just doesn't work in the platform very well. There are a few systems that are out there, but they aren't really all that reliable. I'm hoping that this will actually fix some of those problems by changing out the magazine well completely. I'm pretty excited to see this, and I'm hoping to get my hands on one in the future. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you guys are willing to accept to be a diplomat of defense or an ambassador of arms. If you are willing to take that challenge, go ahead and search for that subscribe button and give it a big old click. And then be sure to come back next Monday for another Monday SITREP. Another video just like this where we talk about what's going on in the news, as well as the life or death files and what's new in arms and gear and different things like that. Also, every Thursday, we have Thursday's training tips, hints, and tricks, as well as DIY projects. And then there's also other various videos throughout the month. So be sure to come back and check out all those other videos. And until next time, take care and be safe.